What is up, YouTube? It's Isaiah Malonson. And I'm not visiting my family for Christmas. I'm not seeing my friends for Christmas. I'm not flying home for Christmas. I'm not doing anything for the holidays. I'm not seeing nobody for the holidays. I'm out here on my own, chasing my dreams, chasing my goals by myself, right? I came out here about 100-something days ago. I'm from Louisiana, right? I'm from like the New Orleans area. Been living in the Baton Rouge area for the past 3 years or so. And then I moved out here to Houston, Texas, about 100-something days ago, okay? I came out here to chase my dreams, achieve my goals, become the 3.0 version of myself, and achieve things that I've never thought were possible before, right? Building $1 million business, all that. Self-improvement, all that, the whole 9 yards. And I came out here, like the last day of August, the beginning of September, and it's been a journey so far. Just this last 100 days have been crazy. This last 100 days, the self-improvement has skyrocketed. And I've done things already in this last 100 days that I thought were impossible when I first came out here. I got rid of the vices. I stopped drinking alcohol, right? It was so easy to improve. It was so easy to skyrocket because I had gotten out of my hometown, my home state. I had gotten away from the familiarity. I had gotten away from what was common to me. And just because I came out here and I was able to isolate myself, changed my phone number, changed everything, the only thing I had was YouTube. That's the only thing that I had that stayed the same, was my YouTube channel. And you guys could see it day one, bro. Everything changed. I stopped drinking alcohol. I'm on day 53, day 54 of semen retention now. And man, it's crazy, just everything. I'm reading way more books every month now. Productivity, energy has increased. Conviction has increased. Like, I believe in myself more. Business is growing, helping other people make money. I'm making money, growing my own business, growing my YouTube channel, growing my brand. Just everything has been skyrocketing. All right, but the point of this video is to tell you why I'm not, whatever, I'm not going home for Christmas. For one, I told everybody before I came out here, I'm not coming home for Christmas or New Year's. I'm not, right? Because I knew it was gonna come eventually. And that's the same thing with time blocking that I tell my students in Discord, right? When you time block, set aside your distractions, like get yourself in order, but also go to everybody. If you live with somebody else, I tell them, go to them, be like, hey, I'm gonna be in this room from this time to this time doing this. Do not knock on the door, do not interrupt me unless it is a emergency, life-threatening emergency. Do not interrupt me, do not come interrupt me at all. So that was kind of the same idea that I did when I came out here. I told my mom, told everybody, my friends, my brothers, sister, everybody. I was like, hey, I'm going out here to chase my dreams and to improve on myself, work on a business. I'm changing my number. I'm not gonna talk to you for a long time. I'm just letting you know now. I said my goodbyes and everything, and I changed my number and I stuck to it. And I also told my mom and told everybody else, I'm not coming home for Christmas. I'm not coming home for New Year's. I'm not. That's just what it is. They're like, yeah, okay. But since I've been out here, my mom, she's like, you're really not coming home for Christmas? Are you serious? I'm like, no, I'm not. I still love my mom. Still love, all my friends, brothers. I love them. But I just want this video to encourage anybody else who's contemplating or thinking about going on their own self-improvement journey. Maybe you're thinking about isolating yourself. Sometimes the best thing you could do is get away from what's familiar and comfortable to you to pursue greatness, to pursue that next level version of you. Sometimes that's what you need. I know that for the longest time when I was in my hometown, when I was in my home state, Louisiana, I know Louisiana like the back of my hand, bro. All the areas, right? From like Mississippi to Lake Charles. Like I'm all over the place, you know? And I couldn't really, when you're there, when I was there, I couldn't really put a finger on it or like put a name on it or describe it. But now that I'm out here, I know that I felt trapped. I felt trapped, bro. I felt like I couldn't, like going out of state, living somewhere out of state felt like a fantasy. It felt like one day I'll do that. That's how it felt. Like one day I'll travel across the world. One day I'll go to Vegas. One day I'll go to New York. One day I'll go here, there. One day it's a dream. It's like a fish dreaming about getting out of a fishbowl that it's been in its whole life. That's how I felt. And I see it perfectly now in hindsight. Like couldn't really, it was like a subconscious thing. It was like a limiting belief that I didn't know was there, but I was trapped. When I came out here, now that I've been out here, just going around the city, I had this epiphany the other day, like I could go anywhere I want. Today, I could catch a flight and go anywhere. Nothing's stopping me. I'm out here by myself. No friends, no ties, no girlfriend, no kids, no nothing. No kids that I know of, right? And I just had that epiphany the other day, like I could go anywhere. I could do anything. And I can, and I will. Watch, right? But now that I'm like, when I first came out here, like after the first 30 days, I just felt like I'm never going back. I think really day one, I was like, I'm escaping, like I'm breaking through. I genuinely felt like a fish jumping out of the fishbowl into the ocean. And after that, I just felt like I am never going back to that fishbowl ever. But only like recently did I feel like, man, I could go anywhere in the world. I could do anything. Anything. It was just like an epiphany. It was like reality set in. It was a reality check. But it also felt empowering and like liberating, right? When I took the drive to go to the salsa dancing classes the other night, when I was on the drive there, I was just, I don't know how to describe it, but it just felt so surreal, like so crazy. And it lasted like the whole ride. I was like, bro, I could go anywhere in the world. There's nothing stopping me from going anywhere in the world. There's something about being in a new city, in a new state, by myself, like long term. I'm not here like on a vacation. Right? If I was here on a vacation, I wouldn't have had that feeling. But I'm here, living here, in a new state, new city, new environment, by myself, taking care of myself. And it was just a feeling like I've never felt that feeling before in my life. And it was the most empowering, liberating thing I have ever felt in my entire life. And I literally felt like I could take over the world. And so I'm going to run with that. I'm going to run with that feeling because I really feel like I can. It was like a epiphany. Like I could do anything. And so, yeah, not going home anytime soon. Not going anytime, for a few reasons. One of them is I promised that I wouldn't go home. Like I told myself and I told my family, I'm not coming home for this Christmas and this New Year's. I'm not. I'm focusing on myself. Monk mode, caveman mode. You know, I call it mad scientist mode, low key. That's what I feel like when I'm in the lab working, you know, just reading, working 24/7. I feel like a mad scientist, and I love that feeling. I love it, you know. And so, yeah, Christmas, just another day. New Year's, just another day. Go back and watch my video from last New Year's. Go watch that video, bro. I did nothing last New Year's. And it's not that I didn't party at all the entire year. It's that I didn't do it specifically on New Year's, specifically on Christmas. Why? Because when the whole world was on one accord of let's go out, let's go drink, let's go party, I chose to go the opposite direction. And that's usually how success happens. Look at what everybody else is doing and do the opposite. Just doing that, having every year, once a year, you get the opportunity to be the 1%. Christmas and New Year's. Every single year, you have the opportunity to prove to yourself why you are the 1%. That's what I'm doing. Not going home, not partying. Staying home, working, reading a book by myself, alone. Am I lonely? No. Not lonely. I'm focused. I'm driven, motivated, filled with purpose. Okay? It's actually empowering. Now, does it hurt the first time you do it? Yeah, you have a bad case of FOMO, fear of missing out. When I first got out of jail, right? When I first got out of jail, because I got out of jail like 3, 4, 5 days before Christmas. And bro, getting out of jail, it's like, ooh, I want to go do something now. But I changed while I was in jail. Like my mindset changed, a flip switched when I was in jail. Or a switch flipped, whatever. While I was in jail, and I said, I'm gonna be the best version of myself now. And so when I got out of jail, as much as like I wanted to tell everybody I'm back home. I wanted to show up to my hometown, show up to all my old friends. A part of me still wanted to do that. But the higher version of me knew like it's time for change. I stuck to it. I had a bad case of FOMO the first time I got out of jail, and it was Christmas and New Year's. I stayed home and I plotted, how am I going to change? What am I going to do this next year coming up? What am I going to do? How am I going to And every year has been like that since then. And every year I've been in a completely different place. Every year has been drastically different for the better. I'm so grateful. You don't know how much, you think it's just one day, but no, it's not just one day. Christmas, New Year's, it's not just a day, a week. It's a life lesson you learn. It's a life lesson. It's not just about not partying. It's about going against the grain. Do you have the strength, the willpower, the discipline, self-control to say no to the 99%? Because the 99% could look real tempting sometimes. But eventually, you change your lifestyle, you change your personality around, you change your character around to where it's not tempting anymore. Going out and partying, getting drunk, getting wasted, hooking up, finding girls, it's not tempting anymore. It's not. There are certain elements maybe inside of there that you would find tempting, like the girl part. I don't want to just go hook up with any random girl. I want a wife, right? If that's the Lord's plan for me, I want a wife. I don't want just a girl. I don't want just any woman. I want a wife, right? I don't want to go out and party and get drunk. I want to enjoy life. I want to be high on life, drunk on life. Sometimes, so like the beautiful parts of life can get twisted and perverted into like this other side of life, degeneracy. Don't do that. I've changed 180, switch sides. I'm on the light side, no longer on the dark side. Even though I'm wearing all black, everything around me is like black, white. But point is, no longer on the dark side. Degeneracy no longer looks enticing to me. It actually looks interesting. it looks interesting. Degeneracy, it's like I marvel at it. It's like, how are they doing that? Why are they okay with that? And then you also feel bad. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody by any means. I was a degenerate once upon a time, not that long ago, right? It still takes time to get rid of degenerate habits and vices. You know, only recently I got rid of all those things, most of them, right? But at some level, you look at people doing those things that you see people doing things that you know they'll regret later on in their life. It's like, you know, they will regret that, what they're doing. Just a quick moment of pleasure can be a lifetime of regret. And you see that. You see people doing things like that, and it makes you wonder and ponder. It's interesting, but it's sad. It's like you wish you could give them your wisdom. Like, for me, being an ex-drug addict, right? Drugs is like a whole different thing, but like the chemical side of drugs, but like the emotional side of drugs. It's like all a drug addict wants is love. That's all a drug addict ever wants. All they have is pain. And it's just like, you want to, like me thinking about my past self. I was just filled with pain and hurt, and I just wanted to be loved. It's hard to, when you're in the middle of a drug addiction though, it's hard to see that and like understand that. Like, even being the drug addict, it's like you kind of know subconsciously that's what it is, but it's like the drugs mess up your brain to where it's like you don't want to accept that, or you, whatever, the pride, your ego. And so it's like when you see people who are going out, doing drugs, hanging out with fake friends, hanging out with people they really don't want to hang out with, in relationships they really don't want to be in, it's like you just wish that you could take a piece of your heart, take a piece of the healed heart that you have now. Just take a piece of your love and just physically give it to them. And let them understand and know that you don't need that. You don't need that lifestyle. You don't need that substance. You don't need that relationship to feel love, to be loved. You are loved, you know? But yeah, so that's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, man. Not doing anything for Christmas, not doing anything for New Year's. That's the gist of this video. Okay? Honestly, if I had to go down another rabbit hole, I think that Christmas and New Year's and all of the other holidays are a scam. Sorry, I probably turned off half of y'all just now, but I genuinely think that all of the holidays, this is going down a rabbit hole that I'm not going to go down too deep, but I'm just going to give my thoughts. I genuinely think that Christmas, New Year's, Easter Bunny, freaking whatever, all the other holidays, special days, Halloween, all of the Valentine's Day, all of those are just pagan holidays meant to distract us and get us on one accord with these pagan tradition. Like, come on now. Every day is the same. And every day is an opportunity to be better than you were yesterday. You shouldn't be paying special tribute to your loved ones on one day of the year. You should be doing it every day. Every single day. You should be giving your most to the ones you love. You should be being your best version of yourself every day, not one day out the year. Okay? It's a fact. You should be celebrating life every day, not just on your birthday. Live every day like it's your birthday. That's a quote. That's a bar right there. But yeah, I hope you guys got some value out of this. Okay? I'm currently on day 54 of semen retention. That alone is having a drastic change on my life, my energy, and my productivity. Okay? If you got any value out of this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, or you're in a similar situation, or you want to do something similar to that, like you want to move out of your hometown and chase your dreams, comment, tell me about it. Let's have a discussion, right? If you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I drop daily videos about wholesaling real estate, self-improvement, and life in general. Stay motivated.